wake of Manchester City's 115 charges of financial misconduct, the odds of their relegation have been dramatically slashed. Some bookmakers have recently reduced the odds from 2,000 to 1 all the way down to a staggering 25 to 1. So could Man City genuinely be relegated in 2024-25? In the world of football, drama is never in short supply. From last-minute goals to managerial meltdowns, fans have seen it all. Yet, just when you thought it couldn't get more thrilling, Manchester City finds itself in the eye of a storm, with over 100 charges of financial misconduct. What could this mean for the reigning Premier League champions? Could they actually face the unthinkable, relegation? Let us delve into the details and explore the possible outcomes of this high-stakes game. The Premier League has charged Manchester City with over 100 breaches of its financial regulations from the 2009-10 to the 2017-18 seasons. The key allegations include misstating revenues by inflating sponsorship and other financial income to meet financial fair play rules and failing to fully disclose the remuneration of former manager Roberto Mancini, who reportedly received additional payments from a consultancy role with a club in Abu Dhabi linked to City's ownership. Additionally, the Premier League is re-examining City's previous breaches of UEFA FFP rules under domestic regulations and has charged the club with obstructing the ongoing investigation, which began in December 2018. Manchester City could face a range of penalties if found guilty, including substantial fines to deter future breaches and points deductions that could significantly impact their league standings, with the severity of the violations determining the extent of the deduction. The club might also face transfer bans, restricting them from registering new players for one or more transfer windows. Although unlikely, more severe penalties such as relegation or expulsion from the league are theoretically possible. Historical precedents include Juventus's relegation to Serie B in 2006 due to match fixing, highlighting the rarity of relegation for financial breaches, and Rangers FC's demotion to the fourth tier of Scottish football in 2012 due to financial insolvency and mismanagement. Transfer bans, like those previously imposed on Chelsea and Manchester City for breaches related to signing young players, are more common sanctions for regulatory violations. In the 2023-24 season, Nottingham Forest received a 10-point deduction for financial irregularities related to their compliance with the EFL's profitability and sustainability rules. This deduction had significant implications for their league position, pushing them closer to the relegation zone and highlighting the potential severity of points deductions. Everton also faced an 8-point deduction in the same season for breaching the Premier League's profitability and sustainability regulations. This deduction was a substantial penalty, affecting their fight to stay clear of the relegation zone. Despite these setbacks, both clubs continue to compete in the Premier League, demonstrating resilience despite the penalties. Let's examine the expert opinions and legal context. Football pundits generally agree that Manchester City is likely to face fines and points deductions, but relegation is improbable. The Premier League may avoid such a drastic action to prevent major disruption and legal challenges. Legal analysts believe that severe penalties, especially relegation, would lead to prolonged legal battles. Manchester City is expected to present a strong legal defense, potentially delaying or reducing the sanctions. The club has consistently denied any wrongdoing, asserting their compliance with financial regulations and expressing confidence in defending against the charges. A points deduction for Manchester City could have varying impacts based on its severity. A minor deduction of 5 to 10 points might slightly lower their league position without significantly threatening their standing. A moderate deduction of 10 to 20 points could push them into the lower half of the table, potentially affecting their chances of qualifying for European competitions. A severe deduction of over 20 points could jeopardize their league status, contingent on their overall season performance. Typically, Manchester City finishes a season with 80 to 90 points, as seen in their 2022-23 Premier League win with 89 points. With a 20-point deduction, their points would reduce to 69, likely securing a top-half finish and avoiding relegation. Even with an extreme deduction of 30+ points, they would end up with around 59 points, placing them mid-table, but still probably safe from relegation unless their season performance was exceptionally poor. Manchester City face serious charges with a wide range of potential penalties. Historical precedents and expert opinions suggest that while fines and points deductions are likely, the probability of relegation remains low. Even with a substantial points deduction, City's strong on-field performance suggests they would remain clear of relegation. However, the situation is fluid, and the final outcome will depend on the results of the investigation and any subsequent legal actions. The cases of Nottingham Forest and Everton in the 2023-24 season illustrate the significant impact of points deductions, but also highlight the resilience of clubs in facing such penalties. So tickle that like button and be sure to subscribe for more.